What's the biggest mistake new property investors make? That's one of the questions I'm often asked, and in this video I'm going to share with you what is the mistake and how can you avoid it. And how do I know? Well, I teach thousands of people every single year, and I've done so for the last 22 years, so I think I'm pretty qualified to say what I spot as one of the biggest mistakes that new investors make. People often rush into doing a deal and they make some very expensive mistakes. And the way that happens is people suddenly, they discover that actually property investing is something they should do. Maybe they've got some profit in their business, maybe they inherit some money, or they have some cash and they realize it's not smart to leave the money sitting in the bank being eroded by inflation. They understand that property investing is a really smart thing to do for cash flow and also for long-term wealth creation. And they often jump into a deal without really knowing what they're doing. And maybe they become what we call a motivated buyer. They got this money burning a hole in their pocket. They want to do something with it. Maybe they've done a little bit of education, they've watched some YouTube videos, they've listened to the podcast, they think they know what they're doing and they fail to recognize that most people don't know what they don't know, and they go and buy an investment that probably isn't the best thing for them to do. Worst case scenario, it might actually cost them a lot of money. If they want to get out of that, they might lose tens of thousands of pounds. Probably most property problems will solve themselves over the long term if the property generates enough cash flow and if it can easily be rented out. But some of the mistakes people make is they pay too much for properties, they buy things that don't really make any money, they're hard to rent them out, they've got big refurb costs, and these are all expensive mistakes people make fundamentally because of a lack of knowledge. So how can you overcome this big problem that many people make by rushing into properties too soon? Well, you need to spend a certain amount of time educating yourself. Think about anyone who's an accountant, a solicitor, a doctor. They can't just do it straight away. They need to study and learn how to do these things correctly. And obviously with someone like a doctor, there's big consequences of making mistakes if you get someone's health wrong, right? Same thing for you. Your financial health could be at big risks of you making mistakes because you rushed in too quickly. And I understand that. When you learn about how powerful property can be for you and how you can actually quickly replace your income, I can see the temptation to get going and get your first property under your belt and start generating cash. The reality is people make expensive mistakes because they don't know what they are doing. Now, one of the things that can cause these mistakes is a lot of people get the idea of investing in property and they go online, they watch some YouTube videos, they maybe do some ChatGPT searches, not realizing that ChatGPT isn't always right. And when you're watching a video of someone online, well, how much experience do they actually have? Anyone could put up a video online or do a podcast. So you really need to check that the information you are learning from is valid and backed up by ideally decades of experience. One of the other issues related to this is people often say, well, if you're starting in property, your first property should be a nice, simple buy-to-let property before you do anything advanced like an HMO. And whilst I agree that HMOs are more advanced strategies, I think what's the point of tying up a deposit in a single buy-to-let that's not going to give you a lot of cash flow, just going to tie up your money, where with a bit of education and training, once you know what you're doing, you could go straight to an HMO that's going to give you £1,000 to £2,000 profit a month. So misallocating resources is a common mistake that property investors make because they don't know what they don't know. On that note, by the way, to help you understand advanced strategies like HMOs, I've actually put together a 3-video online training all about HMOs, which you can access completely free of charge. Just click on the link below in the description to come and access that online training to really understand if HMOs are right for you or not. And there are other great strategies such as service accommodation. It's these high cash flow strategies, they are the ones you should be doing. Now bear in mind, they are more advanced. You do need to know what you're doing. And so there comes a point where you want to put a stake in the ground and actually invest in yourself. Because if you want to invest in property, which I believe is the second best investment you can make, the best investment is investing in yourself, because you're increasing your ability through knowledge to make more money. So investing in yourself is the best thing to do. Now, obviously, choosing Who you invest with is an important decision as well, because not all property training is the same. And I'd recommend you look at some of the free training that people put out first of all, and make sure that A, they know what they're talking about, and the proof there is that they've been successful themselves. They have lots of successful students who they transferred their knowledge to those other people who then implemented that knowledge. And finally, you want to make sure you resonate with the person. As long as they know what they're doing, they've got a great track record and lots of successful students, if you resonate with them, there's a pretty good chance that they're the right people to train with. Also, make sure people have some sort of money back guarantee. So if you go and do some training, if it's not what you expected, within a certain time period, you can get your money back in full. Anyone who's got good training should be prepared to offer that because it takes the risk away from you. So be very careful when you're doing training, but putting a stake in the ground and committing a relatively small amount compared to the amount you're going to be investing when buying property is a pretty smart thing for you to be doing. Now, there comes a time where you need to take theoretical knowledge and actually apply that knowledge. You certainly learn by doing. However, some people, they try and learn at the same time as doing, and because they don't know what they don't know, they might make very expensive mistakes in that journey. So it's best to get the learning up front, then you enhance the learning by applying what you've learned, and you're going to gain experience that way. And that takes a bit of a leap of faith, because sometimes, you're worried about things, but often when we have fear in our heads, it's often false expectations appearing real. We're worried about things. When we actually do it, we find out the things we're worried about are not really problems at all. So there's certainly learning by doing, but really you want to get the correct learning and education first. Isn't it better to learn from someone else's mistakes before making them yourself? And you can do that by educating yourself and getting the right training. One of the mistakes I see people make is they get training, they know what to do, and we teach our students to come up with your buying criteria. So you know what makes a good deal for you, what cash flow do you want, what return on investment. But often people are so desperate to do a deal, they become a motivated buyer. They start bending and twisting their own rules. So you've got to be really clear what makes a good deal for you and be disciplined and stick to that and just keep working till you find a deal that meets those criteria. Then when you do, you need to take action quickly. And sometimes I've seen people, they find a really good deal because they've had some good training, but they kind of almost talk themselves out of that deal. And so you've got to be really careful that when it meets your criteria, you just do the deal as long as you've done your due diligence, which is the next mistake I want to move on to. People often will not know how to do their due diligence, or don't bother to do their due diligence, or maybe someone's found a deal for them and they assume that person knows what they're doing, they're correct. Well, if you have a deal sourcer, maybe they know what they're doing, maybe they don't, but you still need to sense check all the information. This is a big investment decision you're making. You want to make sure it's correct. You want to double check all the information they've given you to do your due diligence to make sure that is a valid deal that you should be doing. So really, really important. And again, this is often because people try and rush into deals. They don't want to go and find it themselves. They think someone else can do it for them. They assume that person knows what they're doing, and often that is not the case. Another mistake people make when they buy their first property is they put all their money into that property, and maybe they run out of money to do the refurb, or they've used all the cash and they think, that's it, I can't buy another one for another few years until I can refinance the first one. What you need to understand is that if you get good at finding great deals, and that's really the most important thing you need to learn about being a successful investor, how to find great deals, you're going to run out of your own cash at some point. And you can use other people's money. You could use joint venture partners, someone who can put the money in because you've done the hard work and actually found the deal. And if it's a profitable deal, something like an HMO, there's plenty of profit for you to share with someone else and still make a really good amount of money yourself without actually having to put your own cash in. So don't think that not having cash is a reason you should not be investing in property. If you get good at finding really good deals, there are plenty of people who will fund those deals for you. So think about that. It's not just your resources, it's about other people's resources in your network. So getting out and building your network is going to help you become a more successful investor, because there'll be more people who've already done what you want to do. You can sense check your deals with them. There'll be people in your network who have money but don't have the time and inclination. Maybe use their money to actually fund your deals. So really, to avoid the big mistake that many people make, which is jumping into property too quickly because they're keen, because they want to deploy the money they've somehow got, they just make these mistakes, and actually they're so easy to avoid them by educating yourself, by doing your due diligence, by checking the numbers, having your buying criteria. If you do these things, you might take a little bit longer to buy that next or first property, but you're going to make a much better investment decision. One that's going to give you cash flow for as long as you hold that property, and will give you long-term capital growth, which is going to create long-term generational wealth. There's nothing better than investing in property, apart from investing in yourself, to learn how to do it properly. So why not take advantage of this special online training I'm doing all about HMOs, houses of multiple occupation, which I think is an amazing strategy for the current market right now. Just click on the link in the description to come and register. We'll email that training to you so you've got access to it for as long as you want. It's really going to help you work out if HMOs is a good strategy for you or not. And I personally think it is. I've been teaching HMOs for the last 20 years. I've had HMOs myself for almost 30 years now. Definitely one of the best strategies, but it's definitely one that you need to make sure you understand and you're doing it correctly. So I hope that's going to help you avoid one of the biggest mistakes that many investors make when they're new to property. Come and comment below if you think you've been putting off investing for too long. If you've got questions, I'll see that I can answer those for you in future videos. And make sure you subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon to get notified anytime a new video comes out. Now make sure you click on the link in the description to come and access that free online specialist training all about HMOs, houses of multiple occupation. Until the next video, invest with knowledge, invest with skill.